I must admit on some occasions, I went out like a punk and a chump. NERDSoul. Late LK at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing the StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. We got episode 6. I'm super happy because we got the plot moving along of Runaways. And straight up before we get started, I gotta give Hulu their props. I was wondering if they were gonna mismanage this property, but they're doing pretty well. I'm really loving the show. So let's talk about what I was digging, like the flashback. We find out that, of course, 15 years ago, they were kind of like forced or sucked into this kind of life of crime, which I don't know how I feel. One side of me just wants the parents to be evil, but now this kind of sort of gives them a redeeming quality because there's a guy that's kind of like forcing them to do it. I don't know how I feel. Like, I think it would be cooler if they were just straight up evil. Like, the parents were just straight up bad and, it was their decision to be bad and not kind of a situation where they were sort of led to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were just on their own dime, kind of just being evil. But with that said, this show handles flashbacks pretty well. I mean, the matted hair on bald daddy notwithstanding, I actually like it. I think the flashbacks in this show, especially at the beginning, help inform the episode. Especially when it comes to Karolina's granddaddy / daddy. We ain't even gonna go there. But when it gets to him and how he sort of manipulated these people into place to be kind of like the shadowy, leader or the shadowy villain, I think it's kind of cool. I really want to see how this plays out because this is getting very twisted in people's emotions because now we have a situation where it seems the kids aren't sure how they feel about their parents. And I say that because, at first they were kind of like gung-ho, like, yo, we're gonna take our parents down, they're evil, they're killing kids. But now, with Nico, now with Chase, it seems like there's situations where they're starting to get the emotions and get the respect and get the admiration and get the time, especially quality time, that they wanted from their parents for like a long time. So now they're feeling conflicted about, well, maybe my dad isn't as bad as I think my dad is, or maybe he's coming from a good place. They're trying to find ways to justify what their parents are doing, which makes sense to me. That's a very human thing. Like, at first you're like, man, my parents are bad because, of course, your parents are beefing. But then when you're not beefing no more, you're like, well, maybe the kids deserved it. And that's something that I think is extremely good and adds an extra layer to this show. Another thing that adds a layer to the show, which I'm not sure whether I like or not, is the whole thing with Karolina and Nico. Well, really Karolina, because Nico don't know. But Karolina being, romantically attracted to Nico, and now you're kind of introducing this kind of love triangle, maybe a love square, because it's Nico, then it's Alex, then it's Karolina, then it's Chase. So I don't know, it's like two triangles put together. I don't know. The point is that I really wish people would just say what they want. Like, Karolina, just say you like the girl, and then she can either say yes or she can say no. But then we can move on. We don't need an extra love triangle on what these kids already got to deal with. All right, they got powers. All right, they got powers. They got killer parents. All right, and then they got homework. All right, you got tons of stuff to do. You ain't got time to deal with whether someone like you or not. All right, pass or a no, yes, no, or maybe. Anyway, one thing that is super cool about this episode is kind of like the undercover, the sneaky, the Metal Gear Solid nature of course, Alex and Nico's mission to break in, steal these files, and see what's going on, of course, at Wizard. And to see Gert get her Mac on. I was like, all right, Gert. To see Gert get her Mac on, I was like, go on, girl, I see you flirting, I see you trying to get fly, trying to do your thing. And that was cool, because the place that she comes from, she's not the type to kind of go out and get her flirt on. But she held it down, for the team. I got to give her props, man, because I thought that was going to crash and burn. I really did. I seriously expected that to crash and burn. And when it didn't, I was like, go Gert, you do your thing. Now back to this love square. I think I'm gonna make that hashtag love square. Anyway, back to this love square. I do like Gert versus Karolina for a second, where she was like, you need to tell him what you think. And she was like, you need to tell him what you think. So I thought that was cool to just see them kind of face off a little bit, because of course, each of them wants something different. But I think Karolina is like, well, look, if I can't have what I want, I ain't gonna give you what you want. So I thought that was kind of cool, that they still have this kind of like banter back and forth where they're not super cool with each other, you know, because everybody is kind of reconnecting after years. So they're not super cool. It's just this shared trauma that kind of brings them together. Now, I got some other cool stuff that I want to get to, but of course, when I'm doing my thing, KURO brand is going to help me pay them bills. Is right, and that is what's up, guys. Check the link below for KURObrand.com. Pick yourself a shirt, a hat, all that good stuff, and of course, once you click on it, cop it. So if I was going to talk about this episode and didn't mention this, I'd be crazy. Big shout out to one of the watchers showing up as the limo driver in Stan Lee. It was great to see him pop up real quick. It was just nice to see that thrown in there. I thought it was fun. It's always good to see him, and I think it added a nice little dimension to be like, hey, this is all of this stuff, you know, he's everywhere. So it's nice. It forms his story more than the Runaways story, but it's great just to see him moving around and doing his thing, and in all of these different storylines. I just think it's fun. Now, to the announcement, that was the wildest announcement with the most casual response I've ever seen. All right, imagine you're at this gala. You're black tie, you're doing your thing, all the ladies are wearing dresses, all the men got tuxes on, and they got the little croquettes and stuff, and little baby shrimp and all those nice things, all right, where nice people go. All right, you go and you're doing all these nice things, and you're donating money and doing all kinds of cool stuff, and someone gets up in front of everybody and is like, yeah, my wife is cheating. And not only is she cheating, but she's cheating with this dude, and he's married to the woman that's right here on stage with all of us. You think that everybody would bug out and be like, oh, what? No, they didn't do that. What they did was they were like, oh, okay. Even after he fainted, they were just like, oh, all right. And they went back to eating their sandwiches with the crust cut off. I can't even believe you can go to a situation like this. In any, regardless what city you're in, what country you're in, I would expect more than just a casual, because it didn't seem like they were swayed either way. And I'm like, dude, homie just dropped a bomb right here. And it seemed like the crowd just was like, whatever. But the last two things I want to holler at is Tina crying. I think that was a huge moment, especially seeing her cry like that, seeing the tears like that, and seeing Nico want to go to her. I think that shows another level in their relationship from Nico's perspective. And to see Tina that vulnerable shows that she's not this, she's still mean and crazy, but it does show that there's a baby heart in there somewhere. There's a little baby heart. So I like that. It kind of brought her down to a level where we can still know that things affect her as a human being. And then of course, we get to see our girl Karolina take flight, which was just straight up beautiful in itself. It was cool seeing, the powers being manifested, and also her seeing herself level up, and us seeing where that'll go. So guys, that's a ton of stuff for y'all to digest. I know y'all saw the episode. Holla at me, I'ma holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk about Hulu Marvel's Runaways. I love this show. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. So before I bounce, I gotta tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check me out right there to see everything from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here like, comment, subscribe, and share that nerd soul. That's right. There's no way that I can show people that you like what you are watching unless you do that. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, yo, sitting on a ledge is not safe. Peace.